Hey guys, welcome to day 24 of Vlogmas. Today I'm doing the 100 things no one asks tag. And once again, shush honey. Once again, I will be looking down at the questions and stuff. So I'm just going to get right into it. The first question, which isn't actually a question, is express an embarrassing anecdote. And I've thought about this because I was thinking loads of embarrassing things have happened to me, but I couldn't think of one that I would consider an anecdote, really. Usually it's just me being an idiot or being clumsy. But one of the first things that I thought of was when I was like in year R at school. I went to school without underwear on by accident. We were getting changed for PE. And I went to take my trousers, because it was non-school uniform day, so I was like out of routine. And what had happened was I changed my underwear in the morning, obviously. But instead of putting like clean knickers on, I just didn't put any on. And just put my non-school uniform clothes on that I was wearing that day. So I went to like take these trousers down and I was like, shit. Well, obviously not shit because I was like 4 years old, but hush honey. Hey, it's okay. I know. One sec, I'm going to see if she wants to come on my chair with me. Okay, anyway. So, yeah, so I took, I went to, well, that's a really unflattering angle, hang on. So I went to take my trousers down to get ready for PE, and I was like, oh my god, I don't have any underwear on, and I had to like call the teacher over really quietly, and I was like, I don't have any underwear on, and she was like, why? I was like, I forgot to put it on this morning, because it's non-school uniform day, and it distracted me, I forgot to put clean underwear on, and I'm not wearing any, and I had to sit out on PE that day. Oh, hello. Hello. Number 2 is, do you sleep with your closet door open or closed? Or for us in Britain, wardrobe. And I sleep with my wardrobe doors closed. Number 3, do you take shampoo and conditioner bottles from hotels? Yes, of course I do. Always. Who doesn't? Number 4, do you sleep with your sheets tucked in or out? Well, I've only got the normal, like, bed sheet, like a fitted bed sheet, which obviously is tucked around my mattress. And I don't tuck my quilt or duvet, whatever you want to call it. I don't tuck that in. And they're the only sheets I have on my bed. I don't have any, like, I can't remember what they're called, but, like, my nan has, like, 4 or 5 different sheets on her bed. I don't know, I've just got 2. I've just got the mattress cover sheet and the bed sheet, like the quilt cover sheet, whatever you want to call it. So no, none of them are tucked in, except for obviously the fact that it's a fitted sheet, but not in the kind of tucked in that it's talking about. Because usually you have like a top sheet and then it's tucked in under to keep you warm and cozy, and I don't have one of those. Number 5, have you ever stolen a street sign before? No, I haven't, but walking around Lenham, we did find a discarded license plate in a bush randomly once, and I did bring that home with me because I thought it was a fun little souvenir, because it's like, it's just, I don't know, it's just one of them things, it's just like, it's just sitting there, and it's a cool thing to like, be like, I found a license plate, like, I don't know, I just took it, it was going back quite a few years now, I think it was like 2010 or something, and I just thought it would be funny to take a license plate home with me, but I didn't like, take it off of a car, I just found it in a bush, and I was like, why is there a license plate in this bush? So I was like, I'll take it home. The burp came halfway up and got stuck. That was painful. Number 6. Do you like... Sorry, my fucking screen started to go on screensaver. I mean, my laptop started to go on screensaver. You know what I mean. Do you like to use post-it notes? Yes. It's a simple answer. Yes. Do you cut out coupons but never use them? Also, yes. I mean, I don't really cut out coupons necessarily, but I do have a habit of getting coupons or vouchers and not using them. And obviously I get sent ones, like I have a club card, so I get sent Tesco vouchers. I have a Pets at Home card, so I get sent pet food vouchers, stuff like that. I rarely use them. So, I mean, they're perforated, so I guess you could call that cutting out coupons. I just tear them. But yeah, I have a habit of not using them. Would you rather be attacked by a big bear or a swarm of bees? A big hello. Oh, hello. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. You almost kissed the inside of my mouth. I genuinely don't know. I would say a big bear. Because being attacked... Well, actually, I don't know. Either way, they rarely attack you unprovoked. So either way, if I did something to scare... Bears are probably more easily spooked than bees. Bees don't want trouble. They don't want to sting you because then they die. So actually, no. I think I'd rather get stung by a swarm of bees if it was like honeybees or something. Because then they wouldn't want to sting me. And also, I would deserve it. Because I would have had to do something really bad to get the swarm of bees to attack me. So if I got stung, I would deserve it. I mean, they wouldn't deserve to die afterwards because I like bees. But whereas with a bear, I feel like they might be more easily spooked and more territorial, protective of their children, that kind of stuff. So they might be more likely to attack me for me doing something by accident. So I think I would rather be attacked by bees because I would deserve it if I'd caused that. Number 9, do you have freckles? I actually do. I have some on my nose that only come up if I've been spending a lot of time in the sun. Like, they're always in the same place, but they're, like, not visible unless, unless I've, like, in summertime. And I have some on my shoulders. They're nowhere near as many as I used to have. But since the year that I went to Mallorca and got blisters from sunburn on my shoulders, I've had freckles on my shoulders. A lot of them have gone away, but there are like a few that are still there. And obviously I have just general freckles all over my body in random places. I have one on the toe next to my big toe on one of my feet. I don't understand why it's there, because it's like, say this is the toe, like say this is my big toe and this is the toe next to it. It's like there, on the side. Like, freckles are supposed to be caused by sun. How the fuck did the side of my toe get more sun than the rest of my foot if my feet were out? Like, what? But yeah, so in general, yes, I have, but I also do have like patches of freckles that show up if I spend time in the sun. Wow, almost 10 minutes already and only on question 10. Do you always smile for pictures? Not always, no. Number 11, what's your biggest pet peeve? Arrogance. And I have quite a few pet peeves, actually. I don't like arrogance. I don't like people being patronising or extremely judgmental or extremely, like, overly critical. Like, that kind of... Basically just being an arsehole. Any of the kind of traits that are generally associated with someone being an arsehole. Those are usually my pet peeves. Oh, and the phrase, how do you think I feel? Number 12, do you ever count your steps when you walk? Yes, sometimes. I used to be really bad for this. I went through a phase, hi baby. I went through a phase when I was little of being really bad at this. But I kind of grew out of it. And sometimes I do it sometimes, like if I'm... wow. Sometimes I do it sometimes. Sometimes I do it if I'm bored or something. and I like get in a weird mood, and I'm like, I wonder how many steps it is from here to this place that we're going. So then I'll like start counting my steps, but I don't do it on like a regular basis. Number 13, have you ever peed in the woods? God, yes. Many, many, many times. I've been camping quite a lot, especially when I used to hang out in Brenchley, especially in the summer. We'd go up Moat Park, in the skate park, and we'd be like, let's camp out tonight. And then we'd go and find a spot in the woods and hide away and make a massive fire, which I'm pretty sure wasn't 100% allowed, but I was a teenager, so I didn't really know or care what I was doing. I was just having fun with my friends, and we never did anything like, we made sure we cleaned up after ourselves and all that kind of stuff. And we didn't like wreck the forest. So yeah, it was fine, but I did pee in the woods a lot. Have you ever pooped in the woods? Yes. Once, I think. Definitely once. I don't think I've pooped more than once in the woods, but I've definitely definitely pooped at least once in the woods, if that sentence made sense. Number 15, do you ever dance when there's no music playing? Yes. Not as often as when there is no music playing. But usually if I start dancing, I'll start singing, so I don't know if that counts. Number 16, do you chew your pencils and pens? Not really, not anymore. I mean, I'll do like this. And sit and like do that. And go like that. But I don't really chew them. Like, when you see people with pens and they're just like chewed to fuck. I don't really do that. Again, that's something I used to do. But I got way too worried that I would choke on it, even though pens have that little hole. I got way too worried that even with that hole I would still choke, or the like little light, you know, the little plastic like tail that some pen lids have, that like it would, I don't know, stab me in the throat or something. Like, I don't know, I managed to like paranoia my way out of the habit of chewing pens and pencils. Because, and pencils, it was that I didn't want to get a splinter in my throat, because that would be extremely painful. And I had enough throat infections when I was younger. I didn't want to add, let's get a splinter infection. Like, no thank you. Number 17. How many people have you slept with this week? Well, the only person that I have ever slept with in the sense of the sexy times is my boyfriend. He's the only person I've actually been asleep with this week as well. Yes, I know, I've been asleep with you, but you're not a person. Okay? Okay, stop stealing the film time. We have limited availability of film time. Yes, I know. But yes, so one, my boyfriend. And I'm not going to tell you which kind of slept with that I'm talking about, because that's personal information that I don't want to share. What size is your bed? It is a king size. I always have to think. 19. What is your song of the week? I need to pause and think about this. Okay, my song of the week is probably LDN by Lily Allen. Or London, wherever, you know. Because we were in the car and I requested Alfie by Lily Allen because my boyfriend was controlling the music. And then after he played Alfie, he played LDN or London. However the fuck you're supposed to say it. I never know how you're supposed to say it. But he played that song. Well, that sounded like I was drunk. I'm not drunk. I'm just having trouble talking today. And then he played that one, and it's been stuck in my head since then. And that was like, what day was that? What day did we go to Blue Water? I genuinely don't remember what day that was. Sunday. It was Sunday we went round town. So yeah, Sunday. Since Sunday I've had that stuck in my head. So that's like 6 days. Or 5 and a bit, whatever. Oh, my baby. 20. Is it okay for guys to wear pink? Yes, of course it is. Wear whatever the fuck you want. Well, within reason if you're out in public, obviously. But colour-wise, wear whatever the fuck you want. 21. Do you still watch cartoons? Yes. Anime, for a start. I know most people hate it being referred to as cartoon, but it's a kind of cartoon, okay? And also, I still watch Scooby-Doo. Not gonna lie. Still watch Scooby-Doo. Still love Scooby-Doo. What is your least favourite movie? Wow, my least... Okay. What's Love Got to Do with It? The Tina Turner movie. I hate that film. I absolutely, with a passion, hate it. It's... Technically, it's a good film. But I hate it. For reasons. And I am going to have to cut this off and then restart again in a bit because I'm about to run out of film space. So that's going to be fun. But I can probably fit another couple of quick questions in before I have to pause. Where would you bury hidden treasure if you had some? I would bury it in the back garden, probably, because I don't really have anywhere else to bury it. And number 25, what do you drink with dinner? It depends what dinner I'm having. Usually fizzy water or... Pardon me, there's that burp from earlier. Oh, thank God, that was hurting my chest. Usually fizzy water or banana milk, like banana Nesquik. And quickly, what do you dip a chicken nugget in? Ketchup. And I'm going to have to pause because I'm running out of space. Okay, I am back. So, moving right along, we've got question 26. What is your favourite food? Pretty much anything Italian. I love Italian food. Pasta and pizza. Yes. And fucking, oh my God, what I would not give for antipasta right now. With the ham and the bread and the cheese and the eggs and olives. Okay, anyway, trying to ignore my cravings for that. Number 27. What movies could you watch over and over again and still love? Nightmare Before Christmas, The Labyrinth, any Star Wars film, especially like the first 6, but especially the first 3. What other films do I watch over and over again? Any Simon Pegg film, especially if it's got Nick Frost in it as well. Harry Potter films. What else do I frequently watch? X-Men films. Pretty much any of the like Marvel or DC films, but especially the X-Men films and the Avengers films, Guardians of the Galaxy, Deadpool, just a shit ton of nerdy films basically. Other kind of films I can watch over and over again. And I say Night Over Christmas, most Tim Burton films, to be honest, that I've seen, if not all Tim Burton films that I've seen, I could quite happily watch over and over again. But Night Before Christmas is just my favourite. I really love The Corpse Bride as well. But Night Before Christmas is my favourite. Oh my God, what the fuck? The last person that you kissed or that kissed you, well, either way, my boyfriend, well actually no, I gave my mum a goodbye kiss on the cheek earlier. Because her and Nigel have gone to London for Christmas. So the last person I kissed was my mum on the cheek. The last person that kissed me was my boyfriend. Were you ever a Boy or Girl Scout? No. I don't even know if we have... something is obstructing my vision. Hang on. I think it was an eyelash. I don't even know if we have Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts in Britain. I don't know if that's just an American thing. I know we have brownies and we have Girl Guides. Other than that, I don't know, but I wasn't in either of those. Number 30. When was the last time you wrote a letter to somebody on paper? Wow. That probably would have been... The last time I remember writing a person to someone specifically, like a specific person, was... probably would have been my dad. Oh, what is with all the yawning? And something is still obstructing my vision. And that... I don't think I actually wrote a letter to my dad since like 6 years ago, at least. I didn't speak to him for about 5 or 6 years. I think it was about 6 years. I didn't speak to him, and I'm speaking to him now. But we email. But we used to send letters, so it would have been at least 6 years ago that I wrote a letter to him, and he's probably the last person I actually properly wrote a letter to, even. Can you change the oil on a car? Is that supposed to say in a car? I don't know. I've never tried. I've never had any driving lessons. I've never had anyone ask me to change the oil in their car. I've never, you know, I've never needed to. So probably, theoretically, because when my sister was learning, like, we went through certain things, and, you know, if someone told me exactly the main points of what I was supposed to do, then yeah, probably. But have I ever? No. Do I know exactly what I'm supposed to do? No, because never had to. Ever got a speeding ticket? Nope, because never had a car. Never driven. Ever run out of gas? No, never driven. But I don't think I've ever been in the car with someone that's run out of gas either. 34. Favourite kind of sandwich? Pretty much anything with chicken in. Without tomato. I do like chicken salad sandwich, but I always have to take the tomato out. And I like the chicken and stuffing and the chicken and black peppered mayo and the chicken and bacon. Pretty much anything with chicken in, really. Chicken Caesars, nice. Yeah, pretty much anything with chicken in. I love my chicken. It's the reason I can't be vegetarian. I love chicken way too much. I would, like, I'd have to, if I wanted to ever go vegetarian, they would have to set me up like a chicken rehab centre. Best thing to eat for breakfast? Cereal. I know that sounds really lame. Normally for breakfast, I'm so bad. I have a Club Bar and a Kit Kat because I don't like to eat a lot in the mornings. But if I do have breakfast, I prefer to have, like, if I do have a proper breakfast, I prefer to have, like, cereal, like Wheatos or something. Or, you know, the occasional fry-up is nice too. But I have to be awake enough to eat that much, or I just have to have a really small fry-up. But then you can't really have a really small fry-up, because it's a fry-up and they're yummy, and if you like them, then you like them, and once you start eating it, you want more and more and more. But if you're like me, and you don't really get hungry that early, so you start eating a big fry-up, your taste buds want more and more and more of the fry-up, but then your stomach is like, no, I'm not awake enough, and then you feel sick because you've eaten this massive fry-up and your body wasn't awake for it. That makes sense. So, yeah, fry-ups, very occasional. Very occasional. Because I really have to, like, prepare to eat that much for breakfast. So, best thing to eat for breakfast, like, yummiest cross-reference with smartest for me, cereal. Or again, antipasti. That would work too. That can be any fucking meal. That shit's gorgeous. Anyway, I'm not going to start talking about fucking ham and bread and cheese and olives and eggs again. 36, your usual bedtime. What usual bedtime? What bedtime? What is bed? What is sleep? Please help me. No, I don't. The routine I used to keep, when I could keep a routine, was I would go to bed at 11 o'clock at night. And I wouldn't usually get to sleep until about 1 o'clock in the morning. Now, if I went to bed, like, it's 11:15 now. If I went, like, had a fag, went and got ready for bed, got into bed, I wouldn't get to sleep until like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Even though I only got 5 hours sleep last night, I got 3 hours sleep the last before, and I'm really tired. I won't be able to sleep for hours. So, yeah, I don't really have a bedtime, because the only, see, this is why I keep yawning. The only routine I've actually managed to keep sleep-wise in the past year was a nocturnal one in the summer. Yeah. Which, to be honest, I wasn't that mad at, because I don't like the summer. I don't like being that hot. I prefer the winter and the autumn when it's cold, because you can always put on more layers. You can get a hot water bottle or a wheat bag or an electric blanket or whatever. You can do things to warm yourself up and add things to you. There's only so many layers you can take off in summer, and fans only do so much. So unless you've got like an what the fuck word am I trying to think of? I paused because I was taking ages to try and think of the words air conditioning, and then my phone did a thing and cut the video off anyway. But yeah, unless you have air conditioning, it's kind of just like summer's shit. I just don't like it. I'm too hot. Anything above 20 degrees, I'm like, no, go away. So, well, maybe like anything above 22 to 24. That's probably like 20 to 24 is my comfort zone. Anything above that is way too hot. Anything below that, I can take. I just, I have to put more layers on, stuff like that, but that's fine. But anything hotter than that, and I get too sweaty, even with less layers on, or shorter, like shorts on, tank tops and shit. I'm still just like, I'm sweating, please fuck off. So, yeah. 37, are you lazy? There are some people who would probably say I am lazy, but... And I joke sometimes, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm a lazy cunt, I sit on my ass all day, every day. And then I get told off by my friends because they're like, no, Zoe, you have physical and mental disabilities that take up a lot of your fucking energy. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I know. Like, yeah, you're right. But it's like, when you don't get much sleep anyway, and your body is constantly like trying to fix its problems that are never going to get fixed, and your brain is constantly going 100 miles per hour, and it takes you like 6 hours in bed, roughly. Like, lying in bed, it takes me like 3 to 6 hours, depending on what time I go to bed and how much I've exhausted myself throughout the day, to wind my brain down. And I literally have to exhaust myself mentally and physically in order to sleep. Like, so many people are like, oh, if you watch things while you're trying to fall asleep, then you'll keep your brain awake. And I'm like, that's what I have to do. I have to keep my mind focused on something. Otherwise, it will focus on something of its own choosing, which with my depression is never a fucking good thing. It will obsess over things that I should not be obsessing about, and then suddenly it's 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm in an extremely low mood, there's no one around to calm me down, and bad things could happen. And B, my brain will not shut the fuck up and stop concentrating on things and thinking about things unless I keep it busy to the point where it's so exhausted it just shuts off. Like, that's what I have to do every night in order to sleep. And I can't sleep until I've completely exhausted myself. So, some people might think I'm lazy, or are like, oh, you should try harder to get some sleep. And I'm like, don't you think I've tried? this is the only thing that works, mentally exhausting myself, and it's a time consuming process, and it's not like I can like go and like do something to distract my mind, like go out for a jog or something, because I don't fucking jog. This girl does not jog, not with my fucking body. I would dislocate something. And B, I can't go out and jog at 6 o'clock in the morning on my own because of my anxiety, and no one else is going to fucking come with me. Like, even if I was physically able to just randomly go for a jog whenever I wanted, mentally I'm not able to do that. So I literally just have to lie there and keep watching stuff on YouTube, playing games, watching whatever, doing whatever, until my brain is so tired it just cuts off. Like, not, I mean, I don't die, obviously. I don't, like, pass out or anything, but you know what I mean? Like, it just, and then it's just like, okay, time for sleep now. I literally have to exhaust myself. So, yeah, some people probably would say I am lazy, but those are just people that don't fucking know me very well, because there is a lot going on in here, and a lot going on all in here. And it's just constantly busy. Even sitting still, I'm constantly busy, because my body and my brain are trying to sort through all of the things that are wrong with me, and constantly trying to assess situations and how to make it better and all that kind of crap. My mind's constantly going 100 fucking million miles per hour, and it's just like, you know, there are things I want to do, like, well, I mean, I wouldn't say washing up is something I want to do. I don't really like washing up. It's one of my least, if not the least, favourite chore to do for me, because it grosses me out. But I'll do it. But it's like, if I need to do the washing up, like, I can't always just do it when it needs to be done, because my energy levels won't always allow for that. Or like picking up the dog poo from the back garden, my energy levels won't always allow for that. So like, it could really need doing, and I'm like, well, it's kind of tough. I can't do it right now. Like, I can't do it on this day. I don't have the energy. Like, a lot of days, the only thing I really have that much energy to do, apart from maybe filming, because I can just sit here and talk, is like just sitting here playing a game, or making a video, or watching videos, either like TV programs or YouTube videos or whatever. Like, a lot of days, that's all I can really muster up the energy to do. Like, and when I think about planning out like a task, like a chore or something like that, especially something I don't enjoy, it's harder for me to find the energy and find the motivation for it, because I already have so little energy that if it's something I especially don't enjoy and I'm having an especially low energy or low mood day, I just don't, it's just not on my priority list. Like, even if, you know, hygienically or whatever it needs doing, if my mood and or energy levels can't accommodate for that, then it's tough. Then it can't get done, because I probably wouldn't do it right anyway, because I wouldn't be focused on the task at hand. So, yeah, a lot of people that I know probably would think I'm lazy and would say I'm lazy, but I just don't care about those people's opinions, to be honest, because it's not true. Like, yeah, I don't do much, but it's not because I'm lazy. I don't choose not to do much. It's just that that's the way my life is, and I've kind of come to accept that for the most part, that, you know, I'm never going to have normal energy levels to the point where as soon as something needs doing around the house, I'm going to be able to do it. That's never going to happen with me. I'm going to have to mentally and physically prepare myself for every chore I ever do. Like, it's just something that happens. But, like, because I've come so accustomed to being like that, not everyone else has. So it comes off as, like, I just can't be asked. And, like, I'll even say sometimes, like, I can't be asked, but it's not always that I just can't be asked. If you go, I mean, like, okay, in general life situations, sometimes I just can't be asked. Like, dealing with drama and shit, can't be asked. But, like, when it comes down to it, it's just all down to my physical energy levels and my emotional and mental energy levels. And if they're down, nothing's getting done. Or at least nothing you want me to do is getting done. Only small energy level tasks, or like games and watching things that I want to do. Those are the things that are going to get done on most days, because I just cannot muster up the energy or the motivation for anything else. And, you know, it's It's not great. It's not a great system for adulting. But, oh, my nail came off. But, you know, it's not my choice. I didn't choose to have any of the conditions I have. And, you know, I just, like, it's just life. That's how it happens sometimes. Sometimes it's just a cunt. But, you know, there's not really much that I or anyone else can do about it. So, sorry, I'm just gluing my nail back on because it popped off. These nails, I really like them, but where they have a metallic undercoating on the plastic bit that sticks to your nail, for some fucking reason, they, like, metallicized. Is that a word? I don't know. They made the underside metallic as well. Like, it's metallic silver. But that's just paint. So, I glued the paint, obviously, to my nail, because that's what's on the underside. That's what's coating it. It's not silver plastic, obviously. So, one by one, my nails keep, like, popping off, because the paint has come off from the plastic. And they'll just, like, pop, and I'm like, oops, gotta glue it back on. So then I have, like, a silver layer of paint on my nail, which I have to glue over to stick the plastic nail to. I didn't realise they were going to be such a hassle. Anyway, so that was the very long-winded answer to that question. I need to pause because I really need a drink. Okay, feeling more hydrated now. So, question number 38 is, when you were a kid, what did you dress up as for Halloween? I didn't, because I didn't celebrate it. Because I had the unfortunate luck of being... unfortunate pleasure of being brought up as a Jehovah's Witness. Which, you know, not saying anything about them generally, but in my experience, it was hell. I hated it. And not just because I was missing out on Christmas and Halloween. I didn't care about that kind of stuff, really. I mean, I do now because, like, after I sort of saw my religious experience / life for what it was, and I feel like my childhood was wasted because I didn't get to do all the fun things and I didn't end up staying in the religion anyway. So I'm like, I kind of wish I'd done all that stuff now, because in my opinion, that's just a load of shit that I don't believe in. Like, so why the hell did I get, like, all these traditions that I could have been taking part in that I wasn't? So, you know, I didn't celebrate any of that. And, you know, it's not like a thing that really bothers me, but I do get really enthusiastic at Halloween and Christmas and Easter, and I really do like taking part in different kinds. I mean, I'm pagan, but part of the reason I get so enthusiastic about although technically all of those things are from paganism anyway, but let's not get into that debate. They are seen as Christian holidays. But the reason I celebrate them, predominantly, the reason I celebrate them is because I never got to when I was a kid. So it's like when I finally stopped being a part of that world, and like it was like a whole new world of traditions and like events and things I could do with my life. A whole new world of that just opened up to me. So now I'm always so enthusiastic about like Easter, Halloween and Christmas, because I never got to do any of that shit as a kid. I love going trick-or-treating with my sister and her kids. Fucking love it. Because I never got to do it myself. And even when I ever have children, yes, I'm gonna fucking post pictures of them on Facebook dressed in tiny little embarrassing pumpkin outfits and little elf outfits, and I'm going to embarrass the shit out of them because I never got any photos of like that when I was a little kid. And if they grow up and they decide they don't want to celebrate Christmas or anything, that's fine. I don't care. they got put in the cute outfits because that was my decision when their live choices were my choices for them. That's fine. When they're old enough to make their own choices, I don't care. Celebrate what the fuck you want. But, you know, fuck yes, am I going to put them in adorable little outfits that they're too young to even appreciate? Yes, of course I am. Because I never got to do that. Like, I'm going to dress my, like, little girl as a tiny little witch, and I'm going to dress my little boy as a tiny little skeleton or a pumpkin or whatever the fuck, you know, like, because I never got to do that shit. So, yeah, no, I didn't dress up for anything as Halloween when I was a kid. I think the first outfit I ever dressed up as was a vampire. And that was when I was, like, 16 or something. So, yeah. I was either 15 or 16. And I dressed up as a vampire. And that was the first Halloween I ever dressed up. What is your Chinese astrological sign? I just had to look this up a minute ago. I was born in the year of the dog. I have looked it up before, I always forget. But yeah, I was born in the year of the dog, which I suppose explains why I love dogs so much, and probably why wolves are my spirit animal. Because they share ancestors. So yeah, so I was born in the year of the dog, which is another excuse to be a bitch. How many languages do you speak? Well, I speak English, I speak stupid, I speak fluent sarcasm. Apart from that, I am learning sign language, or trying to. I learned how to do the song We Wish You a Merry Christmas in sign language from watching Jessica, I'm going to butcher her last name, Jessica Calgren-Fogard. I think I said that right. She's a British YouTuber, and she was doing a tutorial with her wife on how to sign We Wish You a Merry Christmas. Like, they did the whole song, and yeah, and I've been sort of picking up little bits from different places, sign language wise. Wow, I can't even talk with my actual mouth. From like for a while. It's just like, I don't really want to just sit there and learn a crap ton of things. Like, I want to just learn it as it comes. I did Spanish GCSE, although I can't remember all of it. Like, I can still remember the conversation basics. And like numbers and some questions and stuff like that, but I don't speak it like fluently. I still remember a little bit of my French, and I never studied German or anything like that. Another language I would like to learn though is Japanese. I would love to learn Japanese. But yeah, so if we take away the funny and sarcastic languages, it's just English and then like 3 halves, because I speak a little bit of Spanish, a little bit of French, and I know a little bit of sign language. But the only language that I'm fluent in is my own. But also sarcasm. 41. Oh, running out of space again already. Okay. Fuck my life. Gonna have to take a break again in a minute. 41. Do you have any magazine subscriptions? Not anymore, but I did have a subscription to Something Sweet for about a year, and then I think I stopped it myself. And yeah, I'm going to have to pause so that I can shoot this across, and then I'll pick it back up again. Okay, last stretch. Question 42. Lego or Lincoln Logs? Lego. All the way Lego. All the fucking way. 43. Are you stubborn? Yes. 44. Leno or Letterman? For the American version, but for the English version, there's Jonathan Ross or Graham Norton. Oh, I just did that myself. What an idiot. It was just like a nervous thing playing my fingers, and I just like, whoops. Oh well. Oh, you can see what I mean now. Look, the silver bit comes off. Fucking ridiculous. Anyway, Jonathan Russell, Graham Norton. I honestly don't know. Jonathan Ross I have more nostalgia with because I used to watch it like all the time. I don't so much now. I watch Graham Norton more now. But I used to watch Jonathan Ross quite a lot. Number 45. Ever watch soap operas? The only soaps... Shush, Bailey. The only soaps I ever used to watch... Hey! Hey, 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 hey. Hang on, I got to sort her out again. The only soaps I used to watch... or the only soap I used to watch was Hollyoaks. But I gave up on that because I got bored of it. Are you afraid of heights? Not necessarily. I'm afraid of... Oh, fuck's sake. Yeah, I'm not really afraid of heights, per se. I'm afraid of being unstable at her height. So... to that one. 47. I just realised I said we're on the home stretch and we're only like... We're not even halfway through, but whatever. 47. Do you sing in the car? Yes. Do you sing in the bath or shower? Yes. Do you dance in the car? Yes, if the music moves me to do so. But yes, last time I was in a car, I danced. Well, I say dance. I headbanged. But that counts. Have you ever been to karaoke? Fuck yes, many times. 51. Have you ever used a gun? Not a real one. Only, like... I'm sorry if you can hear that gross sound, by the way. Bailey is currently licking my leg. For some weird reason, as she does on occasion. No, I've never used a real gun. I've used BB guns, water guns, and, like, the crappy fairground guns. But not a real gun. 52. Last time you got your portrait taken by a photographer. My mum and Nigel's wedding. 53. Do you think musicals are cheesy? Yes, but in a good way. I love musicals. 54. Do you think Christmas is stressful? Yes! So stressful! Yes. 55. Have you ever eaten a pierogi? I have no idea what one of them is, so I'm going to say no. Bailey, can you, like, be weird quietly? Thanks. 56. Favourite type of pie? Apple pie. Or, no, lemon meringue pie. That is my favourite type of pie. I love lemon meringue pie. If I could only have one kind of pie for the rest of my life, it would be lemon meringue pie. But apple pie would be my second choice. Hi. Whoa, thank you. 57. Occupations you wanted to have when you were a kid. I wanted to be a veterinarian. 58. Do you believe in ghosts? Yes. 59. Do you ever have a deja vu feeling? Yes. A lot. I get a lot of deja vu. 60. Have you ever dreamt something that's come true? Yes. Quite a few times. 61. Take a vitamin daily? Yes. I take vitamin B, C, D and A. Only D is prescribed. The other ones I just get because I think I need that help. I haven't like been tested for any of the other deficiencies in vitamins, but because of like my low energy, I take vitamin B, and because of my shit immune system, I take C. I can't actually remember why I started taking vitamin E. I think that's an energy thing as well. It's for one of the things that one or the other one does. Like an extra boost. I can't exactly remember why. But I also take vitamin D because I'm deficient in it. 62. Wear slippers. Yes, I have Pikachu slippers. They're so cute. 63. Wear a bathrobe. Yes, it's pink and fluffy. I know you wouldn't necessarily think I would wear a pink fluffy bathrobe, but I do. 64. What do you wear to bed? Depends on the time of year. At the moment, my rainbow unicorn pyjamas that one of my best friends got me In the summertime, literally just boxers. And like in betweeny times when it's not quite cold enough for pyjamas, but it's too cold to be getting into bed almost naked, then another pyjama set. Well, she's bought me 2 pyjama sets, and I'm currently wearing the unicorn one, but the other one is a long top and like pyjama bottoms. But I wear the top more than the bottoms only because it's I kind of use it as like a nightie. And obviously I switch them out when my unicorn pyjamas need washing and stuff, and I wear the bottoms then. But I wear the top more because I wear it during more seasons of the year, if that makes sense. 65. First concert. My first ever concert was a Yog gig. And if you live in Maidstone and have lived in Maidstone and been a youth in Maidstone over the last, I mean, they don't do them anymore. I think they stopped them about, I don't know how many years ago, 5, 6 years ago. But there used to be like local bands that would play. It was a very kind of gothy, emo kind of scene, even though it was for youths in general, but it was mostly the Brenchley lot that would go. Occasionally you would get a load of like Medway chavs and some drama would break out. But yeah, that was my first kind of concert that I ever went to, was like local bands and stuff. 66. The American version of this is Walmart, Target or Kmart. The British version is Sainsbury's, Tesco or Asda. It depends what I'm getting. If I'm getting fresh food, I will not go anywhere near Tesco because I do not trust them with their fresh food. Because the amount of times I've bought something and it's just gone off like that, and I'm like, what the fuck? So wherever they get their fresh food from, they do not take very good care of it. I do like Asda's prices, but Sainsbury's sometimes has a better range in some respects, like for the baking stuff. So if I need baking stuff, I usually predominantly go Sainsbury's. But in general, if I can access it, which is difficult because there isn't like a proper Asda in Maidstone. We've only got Asda Living. So, you know, in general, if I had to pick between the three, it really would depend. But yeah, I don't have a straight answer for that one, I'm afraid. 67, Nike or Adidas? Nike. Or Nike, or whatever, however the fuck you want to say it. I don't care, I say Nike. Yeah, because, well, partly because I have a Nike or Nike, whatever, top that has a story behind it. I got it from one of my friends. I had a habit of stealing my friends' clothes. Like, not literally stealing them, but kind of. I would just kind of claim them. Like, I would borrow them, and then I'd be like, okay, this is mine now. Can I please keep this? And then they'd just kind of have to tell me that it was okay. I would just, like, look all cute, flatter my eyelashes, and then they'd be like, yeah, okay, you can keep it. It was usually with guys. I've always been a bit of a tomboy. Well, not always. I was really girly when I was younger. But since, like, teenage years, I've always been, like, more of a tomboy. Bailey, what are you doing? So, like, it was always quite easy for me to, like, have quite a few guy mates and, like, chill with the guys. But then I would also steal their hoodies and then flutter my eyelashes at them, and then they would give me the hoodies. And I tried to do the same tactic with one of my friends because he had a checkered shirt that I really liked. But he really wanted it back, and I was like pulling the puppy dog face. Hang on, Bailey. I was pulling the puppy dog face, and he was like, "You can have this one instead. Just please give me back my checkered shirt." And I was like, "Okay." So that's how I got my Nike top. So that, for that reason, I'm gonna have to go with Nike. But also, that's only one of two reasons. The other reason is that my brother and sister-in-law, Bailey, wait, bought me Nike Pikachu high tops for my 19th birthday, and I absolutely fucking love them. Although they do have massive holes in the soles now, so they need to get resoled, but that, I love them. I'm not going to throw them away. I'm going to take them somewhere to get the soles redone, because I just love them so much. I'm just playing with their toys now. Okay, American version for 68, Cheetos or Fritos. British version, What's It or Doritos. Doritos. Definitely Doritos. 69, peanuts or sunflower seeds. Peanuts. Preferably dry roasted. Or at least salted. 70, ever hear of the group Très Bien? I'm pretty sure I've heard of them. I can't tell you who they are or any of the songs they do, but I'm pretty sure I've heard of them. Ever take dance lessons? Yes. Not only did I do GCSE dance in secondary school, but before that, when I was in primary school, me and my mum, there were two like different groups, because one was the kids class and one was the adults class, but we both did Latin American and ballroom dancing in the village. There's a dance club, like a dancing school in the village, and they do, I think they do all sorts of stuff now. I know they do Zumba classes there as well now, but back then it was just like Latin American and ballroom, so yeah, we took those. 72, is there a profession you picture your future spouse doing? I would imagine, obviously the assumption being my future spouse is my current boyfriend, obviously. I would imagine him doing something techie, or like computer, like something with computers. I could definitely imagine him doing that. Either that or being a musician. Just either one of those two, because he's really good. Like, he's not just a nerd, he's also a tech geek. And he's really good with computers, but he's also really, really good at singing, and he's good at so many different instruments. And like, if he's new to an instrument, or he's like not very good at an instrument, he'll like make himself good at it. And he's just got he's just got so much talent. So I can easily see him doing something with computers or something musical, or both. Just because he's just very talented in those two, like, hobbies, I guess they are, slash professions, if he ever went into them, kind of thing. He's very talented in those two areas. That's the word I was trying to think of. But it's not just like that he's talented. I know he's interested in them. That's obviously why he's so talented at them, because he works at it. So yeah, if I would think one of those two, or possibly both. Like, one as a job and then one as the hobby kind of thing. 73, can you curl your tongue? Yes. And I can do that as well. And I can also flip it. Both sides, which I didn't realise was even a difficult thing to do until, like, getting drunk with a load of people talking about whether you can roll your tongue or not, and then everyone doing the different things they can, like, do with their tongues, and realising that some people couldn't flip their tongue. I was like, what? That's something people can't do? What the hell? But I guess some people just can't do it. But I can do all four of those things. 74, ever won a spelling bee? don't really have them in this country very often. I don't think. Maybe in like private schools, maybe like boarding schools and stuff. I don't know, but I've never partaken. Is that even the right word? I've never taken part in anything like that, in any sort of spelling competition. So no, I've never won. Have you ever cried because you were so happy? Yes. At my brother's funeral. At my brother's funeral? That is getting edited out. Oh my god. Well, maybe I won't edit it out because he's not going to watch it anyway. But, oh my god, that was such a bad slip of the tongue because I wasn't thinking. At my brother's wedding, at my mum's wedding, at my auntie's wedding, all of those 3 times I cried because I was so happy. Especially at my brother's wedding. Especially. I think that's the wedding I cried the most happy tears at. Yeah. 76. Own any record albums? Yes, I have 5 and they are all Wombles. They are all different Wombles albums. Own a record player, not a working one, unfortunately. I would love one. I want one of them converter turntables, the USB ones you like plug into your computer or laptop or whatever, and it converts the record into like, it converts all the songs into MP3 files. I really want one of those so that I can get my Wombles records out, play it on that, and then I will have Wombles and I can put them on my MP3 player and I could be sitting on the bus listening to the Wombles trying to pretend I'm back in the 90s again. That is my, like, that would make me die happy, to be quite honest. I need to move this a little bit. There we go. Regularly burn incense. I mean, I wouldn't say on a weekly basis or anything like that, but I do enjoy some incense. Sometimes I have to burn it, which sounds really weird. I have lavender incense that I burn when Bailey is, like, if there's fireworks or there's a thunderstorm, stuff like that. I burn lavender incense to try and calm her down. But I enjoy it myself. It's just that, like, that's the biggest reason these days that I tend to burn it. Because if I burn it too much, it irritates my eyes. So I try to stick more to, like, scented candles and wax melts. But I do enjoy some incense. 71. Ever been in love? Yeah, I am now. Duh. 80. Who would you like to see in concert? Ooh. Meghan Trainor. There are loads more artists I would love to see in concert, but that was the first one that came into my head. Yeah. There's loads more, but that's the first one I could think of for the sake of trying to get this video finished as quickly as possible. Okay, last concert you saw was one of the odd gigs, or possibly the whatever they renamed Peace One Day. The year they renamed it and called it something else, and I can't remember what they called it, but that was the last year I ever went to one. So that, whatever that is or was changed to, because I don't even know if they still do that anymore. 82. Hot tea or cold tea? Hot tea. I need to really quickly. I have like 7 minutes of film left, and we have 18 questions. Okay, 83. Sugar or snickerdoodle cookies? I've never tried a snickerdoodle. I nearly said shickadoodle. I've never tried a snickerdoodle cookie, so I'm going to say sugar cookie. 84. Can you swim well? Yes. I love swimming. 85. Can you hold your breath without holding your nose? Yes, I just did it. 86. Are you patient? No. 87. DJ or band at a wedding? I would say DJ because I really love karaoke. So I like the idea of like having music, but then also having karaoke as well. I mean, what's not funny? I mean, wait, what? What's more funny than watching the people that are related to you get completely pissed and just sing and embarrass themselves in front of the rest of your family, along with the rest of your family or friend group or whatever, you know, whoever you invite to your wedding. Like, it's just funny. Karaoke's great. And you can't really have a karaoke with a band. Wait. You hush. And you wait for like 5 more minutes, okay? No. 89, ever had plastic surgery? No. 90, black or green olives? Green, I hate black olives. The green ones. Shut up! Preferably stuffed with garlic. I know, but you need to chill, honey. 91, can you knit or crochet? I can do both. 92, best room for a fireplace? Living room. 93, are you married? No. 94, do you want to get married? Yes. 95, who is your high school crush? Secondary school crush. Pick one. I had loads. I was so fickle when I was a teenager. So fickle. I was just like, I found like so many different people attractive. Like, it depended what week you asked me. Like, I mean, I wasn't a slut or anything. I was a virgin until I got with my current boyfriend. Like, so it's not like I slept around or anything, or like even necessarily flirted with any of the guys that, well, obviously I flirted with some of them. I had relationships, but like the amount of guys I had relationships compared to the amount of guys I had a thing for or like had crushes on, it's very small to very big. So yeah, it really depended what week you asked me. I had a lot of crushes. I was very fickle. But partly because no one was fucking interested in me. So I was like, well, he's not interested. What about this guy? It was sad and desperate. But hey, that's being a teenager, I guess. That's being an insecure, unattractive teenager. 96. Do you cry and throw a fit until you get your own way? Shut the hell up. Thank you. No, although I know if my boyfriend was here, he would make some sort of sarcastic comment. But no, I don't cry and throw a fit until I get my way. If it's something I really want, I'll get annoyed if I can't have it. But generally, like, you know, I either get what I want or I don't, and I just deal with it, or I make a plan to get what I want at a later date or something like that, you know. Okay, nearly done. Oh my god. 97, do you have kids? No, although I have a dog. I have a dog. Yes, I do. Yes, you doggy. Yes, I'm your mummy, but I did not give birth to you. You're adopted. 98, do you want kids? Yes. That, I apologise if that was crazy baby face, like crazy broody I want kids now face. Not now. But I do want them. Like, it's a thing I definitely want for my future. But not right now. Definitely not right now. Favourite colour? Purple. 100. Do you miss anyone right now? Yes, my boyfriend. And my best friends. And to get slightly more depressing, all of the people that I've loved and, like, have died. Like, family members and close friends and stuff. And my brother, because he hasn't spoken to me in about a year and a half. There's a lot of people I miss right now. And I miss my sister and her kids, even though I only saw them yesterday. But I love them so much. And I miss them. And I know they're going to watch this and they're going to, like, tell me I'm cringy or something. But I really do. Like, I don't get to see them as much anymore. But, like, I really love it when I do get to see them. Like, I always miss them because I love them. And I miss my mum and Nigel because they fucked off to London. I think that's covered everyone, pretty much. I don't miss you. You're right there, making annoying noises. Yeah, I miss you when I'm not with you, though. Anyway, I'm about to run out of time, so thank you for watching. Thank you for bearing with me. I know this was a really long video, and I'm really sorry for that. But there's a lot of questions, and I have a lot of answers. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you on tomorrow's Christmas Day vlog video, last day of Vlogmas. Woohoo! But yeah, I'll see you then. Bye.